Well, hello. Geno Pettis Adventures. I'm still Geno. Still my adventures. It's good to see you. If this is your first time, welcome. If you come back often, thanks for coming. If you wait to the end, I'll give you an update on how I'm doing. Because currently, I just came to the United States of America to see the doctor. And I want to talk a little bit about that. I want to talk a little bit about United States current customer service. And here we go. Let's start with customer service. How about let's start with the Houston airport. We left Bucaramanga at 9:30 at night. We flew into Bogota, got there around 10:30, 11. Midnight, 12:30, we got on a plane from Bogota to Houston, and we arrived in Houston at 5:45 in the a.m. And to my surprise, there was a lot of people getting there at that hour. So what's the first thing we wanted? It was a cup of coffee. And I don't know, I may have a video for this, and I may not. I'll if I can, I'm going to stick it in next. Because it was the most heinous thing I've seen. The only place open was, of course, was Starbucks, which is fine, and it's overpriced, and we already know that, but they have pretty good coffee. So I go up, and Maria wanted just a regular coffee, and I wanted a cafe mocha and a muffin. Well, they didn't have any muffins. They didn't have anything that was in their case. And they hadn't had anything that was in their case. I don't know why she needed to tell me that, but you got these three ladies standing there in the back saying we don't have any of that stuff. I said, okay, well, on a regular cup of coffee, we can't, our coffee machine's broken. We're at Starbucks. What do you mean your coffee machine's broken? Yeah, it's been broken for like 3 weeks. Oh my God, 3 weeks? Are you kidding? So she said, well, I can make you an Americano with just one shot of espresso instead of three, la la la, so okay. And then she made me a white chocolate cafe mocha, and I said, okay. And I got something similar to a muffin, a scone, I think is what it was. And that whole thing added up to $14.99. I get back to the table. Well, let me just add a little in here. The ladies behind the counter were less than nice. As a matter of fact, they were pretty tacky, and they just didn't really give a damn. And there were probably 50 people waiting on their order, and another 20 people in line. I mean, it was a mess. It was a total freaking mess. And these ladies are leaning up against the back bar with their arms crossed. So anyway, up comes my Maria's coffee and my white chocolate mocha. Take it over to the table. Popper's open. She takes a sip of it. She says, you can't drink this. And I took a drink of it, and it was like somebody put coffee in a sock after the war and dipped it in lukewarm water. I mean, it was black coffee, but it tasted like black water, swamp water, more like it. So I tried my white chocolate cafe mocha, and I didn't think you could screw one of those up, but I couldn't drink it. And I was just going to let bygones be bygones. Maria goes, no. If I spoke English, I'd go over there and get our money back. And, of course, that shamed me into going back and get her. And I told the ladies, I said, this coffee, you can't drink the coffee. You can't drink this. And the scone tastes like you're eating dirt. Which it did. I mean, it was like eating dirt. So she gave me back my $14.99. I was totally shocked. But the whole point of the deal is who runs a show like that? The ladies were totally didn't give a damn. Obviously, the owner of the Starbucks, and I don't know if it was a company store or what, I don't know how they roll. But can you imagine there's 50 people standing around wanting a cup of coffee, and all four of their coffee brewers have been broken for 3 weeks? What's that cost the guy a week, a day, an hour? My God. It was just awful. Just freaking awful. So fast forward, I'm in Seattle, Washington, by the way, and I'm going to go see my doctor I had an appointment today. I had to go to the emergency room, and I have an appointment next Thursday, and they're going to do a biopsy, and it's not looking good. I think I have a tumor on my bladder, but I hope modern medicine is up to snuff. Anyway, since I got into that already, let's talk about customer service in Seattle, Washington. Okay. So I went to the emergency room. I had to get some pain pills because I don't feel very good and it hurts. And so I usually go to Walgreens, and why I didn't think there was a Walgreens in Bellingham, Washington, which is pretty stupid. But anyway, I went into Walgreens, and it was a prescription for hydrocodone. Sorry, but I'm losing words out of my English vocabulary. It was a prescription, and my God, you'd have thought I robbed the frickin' bank. The head pharmacist came over. It's for 10 hydrocodone pills, and the pharmacist came over and wanted to know how come I used them, why I wanted to buy them, and what my medical problem was. And she wasn't going to fill my order. So then the lady that was in charge of taking my prescription, I asked her, well, they wouldn't accept my insurance. And I said, well, you need to tell me how much these are going to cost. Well, I can't do that until I put it in the computer. I said, well, okay, when are you going to put it in the computer? Well, if you'll go over there and sit down for 10 minutes, I'll come out and tell you what the price is. Really? Okay. So I went over and sat down. And about 15 minutes later, I went over back to the desk, and she was cleaning out her purse. And I'm just standing there, and she goes, you need to go sit down because the price isn't here yet. I said, no, I'm not going to go sit down. I don't feel good sitting down. I've been sitting down for 2 days, and I want to stand up right here. She goes, well, I don't have the price yet. And about that time, the old man kicked in me, and I got pissed. And I said, okay, well, I need to have my prescription. She says, oh, you can't have that back. I said, you bet your butt I can have that back because I'm going somewhere else to get my meds. Oh, well, in that case you can. I'll have to get it for you. And then it was a big, drawn-out thing to get my prescription back. Anyway, I was not a happy camper, and I didn't feel good, and I didn't need that. What in the hell ever happened to customer service? So, fast forward to Walgreens. I had the nicest lady on the planet look at my cards, my insurance cards. I'm already in her system. She got the prescription. We'll have it ready for you in 20 minutes. End of freaking story. So if you got to choose between Walgreens and Walmart in Bellingham, Washington, be sure and pick Walgreens. And I just think that reflects like the whole attitude. What the hell is going on in America? It looks everybody's pissed. I mean, my God, I'm really not a grumpy old man. I mean, I get grumpy sometimes, but they bring it on themselves. And so that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been doing. So let's go into the healthcare. As a lot of you know, I was in the emergency room in Socorro, Santander, and then they wanted to transfer me down to, you don't know this part, but they wanted to transfer me down in Pescadero in an ambulance to the International Hospital in Bucaramanga. And I said, no, I don't think so. The doctor said you have a tumor in your bladder, and we need an oncologist too. And when they said the word oncologist, this old guy just I flipped out. I'm sorry. I'm an old guy. I don't want to die. And so I said, okay, sorry, and give me all my tests, and I'm going to the States. And so we decided to come to the States, and since I really don't have any place to go except my brother and sister-in-laws, in which they were kind enough to invite us, here I am in Bellingham, Washington. Went to the emergency room this morning. Got taken care of post-haste, and only had to do about 2 hours, got a CAT scan. Guy figured out I do have a tumor on my bladder, and I have an appointment with a urologist next week. Best I could do, which I'm happy. It's right after the 4th of July. So here's the deal. The only challenge, I still believe that the medicine, if they can fix you and help you out in Colombia, they will. The challenge is the money. The amount of money that the United States spends on its hospital and its medical services is astounding relative to the money that Colombia spends on its systems. They just can't keep pace. They can't come up with the kind of cash that we pour into the system. And you can call that good or bad, but I'll tell you one damn thing. When you walk into an American hospital, you damn sure know you're in an American hospital. They've got more stuff in one emergency room than the emergency that the whole hospital had in Socorro, Santander, Colombia. And I'm not ditching on Socorro. It's a fine hospital. It really is a fine little hospital. But that's just it. It's a fine little hospital. They got some great doctors, and they're probably just as good as the one we got here. My challenge being is when it came to medical terminology in Spanish, I was getting about 60%. That's not, 60% is not good enough to give you peace of mind. I'm sorry. It'll make you cry. But when you come here and the doctor tells you this is what you have, this, and this is what we're going to do, and this is why we're going to do it, and the Colombian doctors told me the same thing. Pretty much verbatim. But when I heard it in my native language, it's like a weight was lifted off my shoulders. Am I worried? Who wouldn't be? But I'm not freaking out anymore because I know I'm in good hands. I knew I was in good hands there, but I knew it was pushing the edge of the envelope. And right here, you're comfortably sitting in the middle of the envelope. So if you move to Colombia and you have to have something taken care of as serious as cancer, and you can come back, come back. Everybody said I made the right decision. If you can't afford to come back, it's okay. You're going to be fine. I believe you're going to be fine. I'm just hard-headed. And I want the best of the best. And I really hate to say this. I don't want to ditch on Colombia's medical system because I think they've got a fine one. Just we're America. We got the best one on the planet. And you better believe that, boys and girls. And whatever is going on in these United States today, just stop it. Be nice. Be civil. Say hi to whoever's standing in line in front of you. Don't be a butthead. You need to get your country back. And you're not going to do it hating on each other. The only way you're going to get your country back is loving on each other. And it's a freaking sad thing to see. They treat me better in Colombia than they do here. That sucks. It really sucks. The doctors treat me well here. My in-laws here treat me well. And that being said, I hope you got something out of this. I hope it wasn't just another Geno rant. Hope you stayed with me this long because I hope you had to hear what I had to say. But I appreciate it. God bless you. And this is the first day of the rest of your life. You better believe it. And if nothing changes, ain't nothing going to change. So that's Geno signing off. We'll see you on the flip side. Thanks.